Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Alpha Media podcast, Episode 9. We've got our special guest joining us today, Tyler, who's killing it in the barber space online. We've got a few questions lined up for him. Dave, do you want to add anything, or?
No, just obviously wanted to, because we both know Tyler really well. He's been doing our hair sort of before. Welcome him to obviously to our podcast. So thanks for joining us, my friend.
No problem at all. Thank you for having me.
No worries at all. So yeah, should I go with the first question, Ben?
Yeah, if you want to.
Cool. So Tyler, tell us a bit about yourself and sort of life growing up.
Life growing up. So I was raised by a mother and a father. No, I had my mum and dad, good upbringing in a Christian home. So we were, we had a good life. We were cool. I had two older brothers. I'm the youngest out of the pack. That's it, really. We grew up in countryside, down like Tavern Way, things like that. Near the dinosaur park, moved out the country. Very country life, a lot of BMXing, a lot of fighting with sticks, you know what I mean? Just doing I don't know, like a kid would do, you know what I mean? Kind of getting older. My brothers would kind of then get older and would want to not do more stuff to play, play out, go I don't know, on the bikes or just general stuff like kids do.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I just kind of got older and everyone went their own ways. Obviously, when everyone moved out, things like that, careers. My brothers had careers, And when I was 16, my mum and dad moved to Essex. They wanted to, just for a job kind of career. And they said to me, obviously I was the last one kind of in the house, do you want to come with us or what are you going to do? I was turning 16 at the time and I thought, I'm going to stay, I thought, there's no way I'm moving to Essex. The only way that I can be free, if such as a 16-year-old would think, is I'm going to move in with my nan, right? And yeah, my mum's full Italian. My dad's English. I'm half Italian, of course. So moving in with an Italian nan and granddad is probably the best thing everyone could ask for, right? I mean, the food is good, the freedom is good. If you need money, they got it. It's just all in general, they're just loving and do whatever, you know what I mean? So that was perfect for me. I thought that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, from 16 upwards, just turning 16, I moved in with my nan and she kind of just went from there. It was very, obviously I've always had my mum and by my side, but she was like a second mum always, And yeah. That's pretty much it.
Oh, pretty cool.
On a brief summary let's sum up.
Nice, good stuff.
So, at sort of what stage did you sort of realise you had a passion for barbering?
To be honest, Ben, again at my nan. So this is why I said about my upbringing with my nan and the whole freedom situation, right? I used to have a friend, probably one of my best friends back then. He used to live up Birmingham, and when you're 16, 17, you're up to no good, not really working, not really making your money, so he used to always come down, for a month on end or 2 months and just come live at my nan's with me, chill. We used to get up to no good. And, having young and having no money, he used to be oh, bro, I need a haircut and things like that. And I'd be bro, I just cut your hair. And he's you can't cut hair. And I'm yes, I can cut hair, So I say this story, right? Guys, I say this story only because this is what got programmed into me, right? Of doing this to other people. So when I was I think I was going up to high school. I can't remember the age, but I was in high school kind of thing where, you want to look, your hair's looking good. You know what I mean? You want to just impress everyone and feel good and that. And my mum used to cut my hair, right? When I was with all of us, all my brothers when we were young. And my mum weren't home one time. One night she was out, and I was with my dad, just me and my dad. And I said, "Oh man, ask mum what time she's coming home. I need my hair done for school tomorrow." I think it was like a sports day or something. And the guy said, my dad said, "Ty, I just cut your hair." And I'm like, "You can't cut hair." He said, "Bro, who do you think taught your mum?" I'm like, "You serious?" As your dad, right? Like being serious. The guy couldn't cut hair to save his life, right? But he was like, he said to me, "No, I can cut your hair." The guy, like, straight face, serious to me. I'm young. I'm like, "Dad, are you serious? Like, you're not going to mess it up?" He said, "Ty, I taught your mum everything. Like, I'm serious." I'm like, "Why didn't you ever do it?" He said, "Because your mum just loves doing it, so I let her, shine through it, right?"
Yeah.
So I sat on the kitchen stool in the kitchen. He put the gown around me. He got some clippers out. I don't even know what brand they are. Just some cheap clippers and kitchen scissors and stuff. And the guys just start shaving my hair, right, in bits with different guards. And then, when someone like looks, turns from on the countertop, like away from you, for example, and I'm like looking like, what's he doing? He's like figuring out what bits goes on what bit, what I mean? So I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, no, I'm just changing the guard, and completely messed my hair up. Like I could have cried, And I think it was like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours into the cut, and I'm like, "Dad, are you sure you know what you're doing?" And it was patched, bro. It was like, when I say patches, there were just patches everywhere. He said, I'm just blending. And my mum come home and she went nuts. She's like, "What have you done?" Whole verdict is, bro, long story short, is it had to be fully shaved. Worse than this, right? Gone. And I went to sports day, wherever it was, and I was so upset. So going back to being with my friends, that's why I always come across, and I said to my friend, "Bro, I can cut your hair. My dad taught me everything," right? No, he didn't teach me nothing, right? So I used to be in my nan's kitchen, just replaying it, just, and cutting his hair, and he had afro hair, so it's even harder to learn, right? So the lineup was like crooked. I mean, like, it was terrible. But yeah, that's a long story short, and that's how I kind of fell into barbering, where I just cut friends' hair with beard trimmers and whatever he could, and like the haircuts were so bad, obviously not ever knowing what to do. I used to just meet up with other friends, and I used to be like, "Guys, it's really good," before we see him. So like, all the other guys would just big it up and say, "Bro, your hair's so sick." You know what I mean? Like, "Who done your hair?" "Oh, Ty done it." "You really think it's good?" So that's how I fell into barbering, really, on like a lower end of scale when I was young. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Not professionally, no. That was just messing
So,
around, all from my dad just buzz cutting me and butchering me.
fail.
Oh, it was funny.
So did you get straight into it, or obviously from education, or did you sort of took a course later down the road and started sort of?
So when I properly got into barbering, I kind of like, dipped into it, little bits and bobs, and just kind of dipped into it and thought, I'm just going to cut hair. And I never actually thought I would properly cut hair as professional. Missed college. I think I'd done mechanics at college, and I dropped out at level 2. Just got a job. I think it was just a building job or whatever, a labourer. And I just thought, the money side instead of education, and then the career side.
Yeah.
So I kind of chased that first, and then I was too kind of, when I decided properly to go professionally as a barber and to learn properly from the basics, professionally speaking, and not just buzz cuts. I'd done a course like after I worked voluntary for 8 months in a little barber shop. That's because I was just too old. I weren't too old, but I didn't have the financial money to go back to college. I didn't have money. I think barbering in London, you can do like a London school of barbering. It's like £4,000 or £5,000. I didn't have that to commit to barbering. So I just basically called all the barber shops up. I had a whole list of Google, top to bottom, ringing them up for the whole day. Are you taking apprentices? I want to learn barbering. And they're like, people are saying to me, these are barbershops that I've actually seen that have like even approached me or now say, "Come work for us," things like that. So it's quite funny to say, but they would just call me, they'd answer and say, do you have any experience? And I'm like, sort of. They're like, any qualifications, London School of Barbering, and I was like, no, nothing, nothing at all. So they're like, yeah, no chance. And so I just called a little one called Gatsby's, a little Italian barbershop, right opposite where I work now. I called him up, and he was just like, yeah, an old boy. He just set in his ways, and he just said, yeah, come for a chat, we'll have a talk and things like that. And then he just really liked me. Found that he's half Italian as well. Found out that I'm half Italian. Our families actually connected, like knew each other from like granddads and things like that, and it's crazy story. But and yeah, he just learned. I learned with him voluntary. I was sweeping up. I was cleaning mirrors, just learning, watching, pretty much standing around for ages, like standing there thinking, what am I doing? But just voluntary. And then he would, after a cut, he would explain the techniques, just teach me, and then after that I went on to doing a bit more mobile barbering, a bit more at the shop, and then eventually I done like a Sherpass course and got a diploma, like an intensive course I paid for, and then I got a diploma, and just so I had some sort of something under my belt, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Has there been anything you would have done instead of barbering?
To be honest, I have no idea. I was doing a lot of care work, a lot of like bits of bobs of labouring and painting and things like that. And then I kind of went on to like just easier, not as in like a cleaning job, like, domestic cleaning is an easy job because it's really is not, it's really hard. I've done it and I've been there, and it is really hard. But I wanted like an easy responsibility job. Like it's just, you go in, you clean, you're done, you leave, you know what I mean? So I've done a lot of cleaning jobs. Yeah, man. But I don't know. I'd probably I have no idea. I'd probably be doing some labouring or some sort of maybe care work. Yeah, something like that.
So, obviously, in terms of sort of the barbering as a business as a whole, obviously, do you think is a bit obviously saturated? And how do you obviously market yourself to sort of stand out from the crowd in sort of the local area?
Instagram, as you obviously seen, man. Instagram is a key. Like when I started barbering, I thought to myself, you got two types of barbers. You've got, and hats off to every barber who cuts hair. We all do the same thing. It's just your choice of path you want to go down with barbering. You've got more like influencer, education, things like that, teaching people, ambassadors, sponsors, public eye kind of barber, what people look at and go, wow, he's using that, or I want to be like that, or wow, they look so amazing, for example. Or you've got just a barber that wants to cut hair, get his work done, loves cutting hair, loves a chat, and he leaves his work at home and it's done with. So I didn't want to be just going into work, leaving it. I wanted to be something where I can rather help other people. I can rather, I don't know. I think my mindset is just, it's not enough. And even on my Instagram now, it's just, I always think it's just not enough. Hence why I've done all this, as you can see behind me. So like I finish work, I'll put kids to bed, see the wife, and then I'll edit something, wherever, for YouTube, for Instagram, just get things moving. It just never switches off. But Instagram is a massive, it's not just taking pictures and selfies. It's a massive tool that if you use in the right way, it can be, your results are endless, the reach you can do. Same as any social media, but I just chose Instagram because I was used to it and I liked it,
So, have you got any sort of social media tips or advice that you'd give to anyone who's like coming up in the same space and like the barbering space?
So in barbering?
Yeah.
I would just say, which is so cliche because everyone says it, like if you type in on YouTube how to grow, they're all going to say it, but it's so true. Like consistency is, you need to have the mindset of not just, oh, I'm going to post a picture and I'm going to grow viral and, you know what I mean? And it's going to be amazing, And as well, not just think I'm going to just keep like, you know, posting a picture 3 times a week or every single day. For example, what I do, I post nearly every day. And then all these new clients are going to come. You know, you can be the best barber in the world, but if no one's going to see you, no one's going to know about you and book you. So I remember spending like nights, I still sometimes do it, but spending, when I was first like starting the Instagram, the things, I would do follow for follow. I know it's not the best way, but I would look at like people in Norwich, for example, and I'll target them and I'd follow them,
Yeah.
like some of their stuff, sometimes comment and say, oh, great, you know, I've seen you in Norwich, great photo, not just barbering, guys in the gym, anything, you know, see they're just working hard. And then they'll follow me back, see my work, and it just kind of starts that relationship of, actually, I need a haircut. Who am I going to go to? Oh, you know, Tyler kind of thing. They just think of it like that. So consistency and just know that, you know, clients, if you're going to get clients or followers off Instagram, that they're not going to just come to you because you can do a good haircut. You need to show, you know, you got to work for it. You got to show them love as well. Same, you know, it's vice versa, you know. Yeah.
Do you think, obviously, the physical businesses need like the social media more now than ever, to obviously to get more clients, to get more sort of like, you know, out there, if you know what I mean?
100%. 110%. So, yeah, anyone coming up, whether it's any business, needs social media. Social media is, like I say, it's such a powerful tool, as you guys know as well. Such a powerful tool, even if you put ads on, if you want to promote, I don't know, a new drink or something like at your bar, you know, put the ad on, people are going to see it. You know, people are attracted to something that is going to grasp them in straight away, you know. So social media is a massive tool. Any business should be on it. And if you're not on it, I don't know why they're not on it. And I understand why, because you can spend so many hours. You know, I spent so many hours and hours and hours on Instagram and editing and doing this and trying to push it as much as I can constantly. You get sidetracked from the real world. Like, so I understand it. But then again, that's what comes, you know, social media marketers, managers, things like that. So my wife got into it and, you know, she helps me now onto it. So it takes the pressure off me. You know, anyone looking for a social media manager, drop me a DM. but that takes the freedom of you. So like business owners, if they're not on social media, or they just say, I ain't got the time, get yourself a social media marketer or who knows what they're doing, who has the time to do it for you. You know, so your business will grow through Instagram, Facebook, whatever you use. But there's other ways around you not just sitting there 24/7, you know, addicted to growing and pushing your business, you know?
No.
Yeah, I think that's a good tip, to be fair, Tyler, what you just mentioned there about people who are starting businesses don't even think of this, is to sort of look who's in your network and who's in your family and stuff that can support with just like uploading and doing your posts or just supporting
anything. I mean, you don't even need to hire a social media marketer if such. You know, you can I don't know, for example, your cousin who's like not doing anything, or you know, who hasn't got work at the minute, just said, "Do you want to help me? This is how I do it." Show them this is how I post. I'll give you the content. You just post it. You know, it works both ways. You know, you can just help each other. Like,
Yeah. So, what's sort of your future aspirations for your brand, and sort of give us a sort of a taste, really, as in what you got planned for like the next 5 years or the near future, really?
So I would say 5 years time, I want to be making like a passive income off YouTube, off the channel, off my channel, because I just built it. Well, kind of built it a while ago, but never really pushed it, just because I've been so focused on obviously working, building brands and names, and you know, Instagram again. And so I thought I'll move over to more YouTube, where I can generate you know, ads. You can put ads on and generate another source of income, where I could maybe in the future, I want to be able to like not work 4 to 5 days. You know, I can work maybe 3 days a week in-house barbering, 3 to 4 days a week, 1 day a week, just making videos, you know, whether it's on clients and giving them a free haircut because I get, you know, a video that I'm going to make money on anyway. So it blesses a client who needs it, or maybe they don't have as much money, or anyone. You can use anyone for a model. That helps them out, and you can always switch it up every week with someone else. And so that's what I hope. What I'm aiming for is a passive income off YouTube, where I can give back to a free haircut from clients and get a video from it to upload and educate maybe. More shows, definitely more shows. I'm going to a barber show in about 2 weeks, which is cool, with obviously the sponsor Gamma. So I'm going with them. They asked me to come and just cut some hair and stuff. I think like 5,000 barbers are going. So it'll be cool, It's definitely more shows. I'm on it's like a pallet stage. There's nothing major. It's just a small, by this like the little like shop stall kind of thing. Just you have a chair there and you cut hair. But then I've got massive stages where people I look up to and go, God, man, they're so good. Like wow, where I want to be. Definitely 100%. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe more. That maybe more a bit of mobile barber, maybe target more public eye guys, people in public eye, and go around do some of them. I've been talks that I might, I don't know, maybe open my own shop. There's been opportunities where people have come up to me already and said, can you want to take this shop on? Do you want this? Well, and it's like it's just so much going on. I don't know which route yet to kind of proceed, but for now, I definitely in the future I would love to have my own shop, 100%. But for now, I'm just going to focus on the sponsorship, YouTube, until that's kind of moving and things like that. I think because if I can make obviously like my main income from barbering, what I love to do, and then educate, and then have a passive income from YouTube as such, that could always pay for a potential shop in 10 years time or whatever from just the YouTube side, So who knows? You have to wait and see. Follow me and follow my journey.
One thing I wanted to ask you, Tyler, is obviously you never mentioned sort of TikTok. Are you planning on obviously joining the TikTok gang as it goes, and sort of doing some content on that?
Well, I'm already on TikTok, right? TikTok is I didn't mention it. I completely forgot about TikToky. But TikTok is powerful, man. Like more powerful than YouTube, more powerful than Instagram. It's just like Reels. Hence why if people are in the social media, they've noticed, since TikTok's out, YouTube have now gone, okay, we need to have them little videos, and made, shorts. They're called shorts on YouTube, where they just keep scrolling instead of big videos. Same as Instagram, they made Instagram Reels, so they all want that, like, since TikTok's out, they've all caught on and said, we need that, and TikTok, but again, be consistent, it's some random stuff. I mean, TikTok, one of my videos, I've been doing barbering and showing haircuts and show reel, and they're not, a couple of hundred views, maybe 1,000 views, not much. I then post a random video. This is how crazy TikTok is. I then post a random video of my dad, right, doing this. You've probably seen it. This like hack thing with a charger and the phone and like a what's it called? Like a what's it called? Like builders use to, like, electricians to test like the electric like waves in a wall before they drill it. So he's doing all this, and like he takes the charger out, and then he's like, "Look, there's no waves," and he puts it in, and he's like, "Oh, it's crazy! You need to see it." And that went viral. That's on like 3 million views. You know what I mean? So it's like, and that took my TikTok from like 800 followers to like 8K followers, for example. You know what I mean? So, and it's just, that's how just weird and powerful TikTok can be. It's just like, I've been working so hard on barbering. I then post just a random say, "Oh, Dad, let me video doing this just for fun," and then it goes viral. It's like, what, But any viral video on TikTok will just help your channel, just to help people see you and notice you, And then as soon as you get obviously over a certain amount of followers, I think it's 1,000 on TikTok. Ben, is that right? I can't remember, but you then get like
that's right.
access to like TikTok Live and things like that. So it just opens you up a bit, opens your channel up a bit more to other people. So, but 100%, if you're a barber, not TikToking, man, then you need to be. I would say as well, just to throw it in for any upcoming barbers or any, a tip that I found that I don't know if you've noticed, but I kind of started changing my content up a bit. I used to always just post, and I see so many barbers doing it, which is fine if they just want to showcase their work, right? But for growth and to grow and to get more views and followers and engagement, people seeing your channel, is not to post always. People come on Instagram because, they'll follow an Instagram account because they want to get something from it, right?
Yeah.
If not, they're just going to scroll, cool video and scroll. So I was noticing, I was like, okay, I'm getting the views on some of my reels on just showcasing haircuts, but why are people not following my account? And so that's when I kind of switched it up, and I thought, I was talking to a client about this, and some older gentleman, and he said, and he always follows my Instagram, all the time. He's proper nice guy, and he said, you're going down the route of trying to be so professional, and then you are, in the chair when I see you're professional and you see what you love, what you're doing, and attention to detail and professional at it, but you are a very nice guy, funny guy, like, you know what I mean? You'd like to just have a laugh and talk, So he said, why don't you just show people, instead of editing that mistake out, just laugh about it and put it in. It shows you the real you. And then that's when I was like, it just like clicked. I was like, I need to change my content. Instead of showing professional, the best haircut I could ever do, I'm going to showcase more than just the best one I spent 2 hours on doing. I'm going to showcase mostly probably one a day from that, from my schedule, 1 cut a day or 2 cuts a day. I'll video and I'll put it out, whether it's the best cut or not as good cut, showcases me. And 2, I thought I'm going to make tips for people. So upcoming people, I can make tips. I just dropped one just now about growing your beard, things like that, to help people, just engaging for people to come onto the channel and go, okay, he shows us what he does with barbering, he haircut show reels, and then he's also giving us tips. And then I'm also dropping videos, as in like funny videos, like when me and my work colleague Aiden Aiden, we come down and we done like this 15-minute or 12-minute haircut together. So either side of a client, and we just one side on one side, he done one side. I was trimming the beard while he was cutting the top. We just smashed it out just for a laugh. And people loved it. Like it was great. And I just thought, man, we just need to do more videos that I think I want to do, you know what I mean, that people will enjoy, just being you. So definitely just find yourself of what route you want to go down if you want to grow on Instagram, and just pursue it and keep consistent and keep, it's cool to keep, being the same old haircut, but do something that people will want from you. That's all that's what we do, don't we? We just take, we'll follow it because we want something out of it, or it makes us laugh, or you get something from it.
And now, quick break for adverts.
Right, what's going on, guys? Dave here from Alpha Media Team. If you are thinking about starting a podcast, but you do not know where to begin or where to start, why not try and give Riverside FM a go? It's a great new tool for the fraction of the price that allows you to create great podcasts with editing capabilities of very expensive programs. So why not click the link in the bio and start your journey on becoming and having the best podcast on the internet. Take care, guys. See you later.
I'd take this opportunity to talk about what we're about here at Alpha Media. We inspire others to start an online business. Give them the blueprints, show them the way to start making their first commission online and escape the 9 to 5. We should have a link listed somewhere, either around or beneath this video in the description. If you click on that link, you'll go through to a web page. On that web page there'll be a video with myself or Dave talking through what those sort of next steps look like and through that process. Apart from that, just
thank you for taking the time to watch our content and enjoy.
So, sort of with barbering, do you think it will always be popular? Will it still, like in years to come, just be as popular as it is now?
I think 100%. I think maybe more popular. I think I've only been barbering, professionally speaking, maybe 3 years. It's my third year now. You know what I mean? So I haven't been like 10 years experienced of this crazy, And when I like properly went into it, I was like fell in love with it. I wasn't just going to the shop and learning. I was coming home. I was Instagramming. I was, when I didn't have much content to put out, I was using that time instead of sitting around. Or if I think, the shop's quiet, I'm just sitting there. I was on my phone watching tutorials and just as much as I could, just like absorbing everything I could to get it. Yeah, so I think more. I think people are going to be when it was the lockdown, Ben and Dave, people just became barbers, whether they were good or not. Like everyone just loved brought clippers from Amazon, and I had messages like, "Is this a good clipper?" And I'm like, "Sure, man. Like it will be fine for what you need it to do." And they're just like, I remember. A few people like FaceTiming me in lockdown, and they're like, "Ty, look what I've done. How am I going to sort this?" And try, I think Aiden had it as well. My work colleague, he had it where he was trying to FaceTime his colleague, one of his friends, and talking through a haircut. So people just started becoming barbers and kind of liked it in a way, and I think it skyrocketed definitely. And I think being especially like in America, I've got a few barbering friends in America, and they're so creative of what they can do with new styles. And like you'd look at it and go, "Oh my God, is someone actually, like having that in their hair?" Like, or wow, man. And it's so amazing how creative like the barber can, you can do anything and get away with it if such, as long as it looks good and it's different, it's amazing. So colors, anything. So I think barbering itself is always evolving, and different styles, especially with people being more open to say, do whatever you want. I want something crazy. I want something different, or something different that no one's got. People. I think it's just evolving, and it will always. The fashion, like for example, mullets are now coming back, and you got birth fades and different styles that you'd think, man, that's in the 80s. Like, like that's now coming back. Got people putting their twist on it, things like that to make it like their own mullet, but changing it up. And you can just be super creative. So I think in the future, there will be even more of that, where barbers go, okay, I'm going to use this, but put my twist on it. And then it'll just keep catching on, and, people will just keep creating. And it's an art, people love it. I hope it'll be more popular anyway, Ben. Fingers crossed. I mean, if it like plummets down, I'll be like, oh my God, all this work for nothing, So. Oh God!
No, I think it's always been popular, but I think it, like you say, it keeps always being, what's it like, rebirth of life all the time with the creativity. And like you say, old styles that were like 70s, 80s or whatever, coming back now with like their own twist on and stuff.
What do you think, Dave? Do you think it'll still be popular, or do you think it will kind of burn out and like people just go, "Oh, just getting a haircut" in 5 years' time? Or will they do it themselves? I mean,
no, I think it's.
Will they evolve? People evolve and
I think you can sort of look at it both ways. So I think in terms of that, it will always be that people would want a haircut, a proper haircut done by a professional barber, simply because they want to look good and they don't want to have any sort of issues with their hair. So if they do it themselves or they have a mother do it, it looks absolutely crap. And obviously, if they want to go out with someone, they can't really showcase that hair, if you know what I mean. So they'll be sort of like at home doing completely nothing. So that was always evolved. You're always going to have people who want to obviously have a professional haircut. They want to look clean, sort of smooth, proper, as it's sharp as it's supposed to be.
Not a mum haircut.
So there's always...
Mum, just to let you know, if you're watching...
Definitely not, no.
Just shout out my mum.
I'm actually going to do the same. I'm going to do exactly the same. Mum, thank you for your haircut, but I'd rather go to a barber. Appreciate that. It's fine.
You got me through school. Thank you.
But so yeah, in terms of obviously that, it's going to be always the case, but also it's going to be who do you choose as well? Because if everyone is sort of like, I think the game will change slightly a little bit as well, because everyone's got their unique style and how they go about it. You just have to pick the right one. So it's going to be always that. So there's going to be a lot of new people coming out. But if not being funny, if you're going to go to that one that you've always been to and he's been amazing and everything that he's been doing has been great, then you're going to keep on going to him, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it's always going to evolve. People always want to, like I said before, people always want to look sort of clean, sharp, and good.
Yeah, 100%.
So, yeah,
I think
definitely.
going back to what you were then saying about picking the right barber, I think this is what we talked about Instagram and showcasing your work and getting your Instagram, pushing it as a full-time job, It's so important as a barber, even TikTok, because, I'm guessing you guys probably, even when you first found me, you probably was like, let's see what he can do. Or, people do it all the time. How do you find me? Oh, I see Instagram or the shop's Instagram, and I was looking for it and thought, this is cool. Who done this haircut? Then they find you from it, from a tag. Or So it's definitely key to go off like that, so you can show people your new clients, okay, he knows what to do, or this style. I done a style on one of my regular clients, and a new client come in and show me a picture of him, and he's a friend of mine, and I was like, bro, like, I know this guy, like people show you off Google like a picture and say, I want it like this, and he shoot my haircut to me of my client friend, right? And I was like, bro, he said, I want something like this. And I said, nice. Oh, do you know who done this cut? And he said, no, things like that. And I was like, bro, this is my cut. Like, I don't know. He said, oh, no, I knew the guy. I think he posted it on his Instagram, whatever. He said, I know this guy, but I need this. So, bro, I cut this hair. This is blah, blah, blah. He said, yeah, I know the guy. And I was like, yeah, this is the haircut. He comes to me. So it's definitely show it off, man. Show what you can do, even if you're just starting out. Show it off, and if you're confident in talking and you're going down that route of more influencing or just being you and just want to be friendly, show it off, man. There's so many people just being so, everything has to be perfect. Every line of and you never. I think I heard it on a quote on probably TikTok, man. But the guy said, practice makes, and then everyone's like, perfect, and he's like, no, that's wrong, and everyone's like, what do you mean? But we was taught as kids, practice makes, and then obviously you'd say perfect, right?
Yeah.
Practice makes perfect, as you've been told. But it doesn't make perfect, because no one's perfect. So practice makes, I think he said progression or whatever it is. So you got to like just keep doing it. You're never going to get that perfect cut where you'll get it where it's like 99%, but it'll never be perfect. You can always look back and go, damn, I wish I just, So just showcase, man. Whatever you're doing, just get it out regardless. Even if you, I don't like just say, I'm not, I won't say no names or nothing, but I've seen barbers on Instagram from another country, if that's right, that are showcasing like bad haircuts, and it's like, oh man, I remember like scrolling through and someone saying, oh bro, that haircut's dreadful. Why would he post that? But then I think the guy's still posting it. That guy clearly sees something and goes, he's a good barber, or the customer service might be better than the haircut, or his, he might be more friendly, and more, anything can be more than just a haircut that he goes to him. So, so a haircut will always get better the longer you do it, regardless. So, yeah, showcase.
No, pretty good.
So I guess the moral to this story is you should have kept that picture of when you don't cut your hair when you were little, and could have posted it now.
But I'll see.
Be unique.
Unique.
Your dad just to trim it. Don't come to me. Just
yeah, just a little bit.
That'll be the next phase, man. That'll be the next phase. Man. People in the kitchen, their dad just clipping them up.
So I've got another question for you. So in terms of obviously sort of approaching brands with regards to obviously promotion and how you
Yeah.
sort of do it, what is something that obviously those brands made you sort of go for you and sort of support you? So what do you do? Obviously you have a massive sort of Instagram, like you're very creative and stuff. But do you do anything else to sort of get some promotion?
What, as in like how I caught their eye kind of thing?
Yeah, essentially, because you
Yeah,
partner
that's
up with
correct.
Gamma,
Yeah.
haven't
So
you?
I actually talked to a friend of mine in America who's an ambassador for a different clipper company, American one, and I used to. He's a barbershop owner, massive on TikTok, and I used to say to him, message him and say, bro, how have you got a sponsor? How have you done it? Like, I mean, his clippers, bro, are endless. He's got from the whole station left to right, like little bits where you hook up, you hook the clipper in. Oh man, endless.
Yeah.
He goes like, with a camera and they're just the clippers for days, It's just ridiculous. It's just how long he's been with the brand for so many years. They just keep sending him stuff and he just keeps collecting them all the way along the wall, And but I said to him, how have you done it? How would I, if I wanted to, I want to be sponsored, man. I want to push something. And he just says, you need to show them something one they need from you. So like, for example, you need to give them something different than others are giving them and show that you're consistent. Most people want to say, I want to be an ambassador, but then they don't want to promote for free for however many months. You know what I mean? And they're going to be watching you saying, is this guy serious or does he just want free tools and make some money from us? Like how serious is he? So with Gamma, I love editing like photos, videos, and like Photoshop. I have to send them to you. I don't know if you can pop them up on the podcast, but I'll send you some of the clips if you can. Anyway, but I took a picture. Yeah. I brought a. For example, I looked at Gamma and I said, they're Italian brand. I thought, lovely, right? You can't. I want this brand. Like I said to myself, I will work with Gamma. I brought a clipper from him. Yeah. A very expensive clipper. I brought a clipper, saved up, got it, and I said, I'm going to just take the hell out, pictures as much as I can. I'm going to promote them. I would also, I messaged them back when I first started, hi guys, if I'm an upcoming barber, if you need any promotions, blah, 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 let me know. And obviously, they don't need to reply to me. I'm just a small barber, right? And not showing them no, like, promotions, not showing them no dedication yet when I first started. And so they didn't even read it. I don't think they even, read the message. And I was like, damn, but I thought, I'm not going to let it stop me. I'm going to keep pursuing. So I just kept tagging them in pictures of me using it, kept tagging. And then they reposted me one time, right? So they reposted me, and then I was like, oh my God, they must be online, So I messaged them straight away. I was like, thanks, for the repost. If you need any promotions, I'm here. I'm dedicated. I'm gonna do it. And they said, no, Ty, we've been seeing you for the past, 2 months, whatever it was, or a couple of months, whatever, been really pushing it for us. Like, we appreciate it. Just know that we've been watching you. So I was like, oh man, sick. Like, I'm going to go even harder. So I thought, how am I going to stand out from what other people are doing and just doing the same as me, tagging them? And, they probably said it to everyone who does it. So I started editing photos. Like, I thought, I got Photoshop. I know how to do it. Ish, I'm just gonna go in for it. So I'll take a picture, holding a clipper, for example, like this, and then I was to spend even out of the barbershop at home. This is again going back to spending, investing time into, how much you do and how much you want it. So I'd be on the computer on Photoshop, editing for 2 to 4 hours on one photo, adding smoke, adding color grading, adding some lightning, like, anything, until it just goes, I went, that's the one. You know what I mean? Like, I'm done with the edit. It's perfect. When you edit something, you go, that's done. That's a wrap. And then I post it, tag him, and then I done that, and I kept doing it on a couple of pictures. And with Gamma, they have a UK Gamma, Italy Gamma, American one, which is the American one's like one of the biggest. Like, they're on like, I think, nearly 200k followers. And UK Gamma reached out and said, bro, we love this photo. Can we use it? And I think American one done it. Then that got passed to German. All of them, Gammas, were like, this picture, we've never seen someone like this before. This is incredible to promote. And I just said to him, you can all use it, right? But you have to just tag me in the, in the credit, like just tag me to keep growing, right? And they were like, no problem at all. So new followers coming in, people were just getting, just started to go, oh, that's such a thing. And even on Instagram, like the stores, like the shop, you can get like Instagram shop. They started using that picture and tagging me, and then like you can like kind of float over it and click the prices, so the picture was just constantly just going everywhere. So and then I just kept doing it. I thought people like it, so like I'm just gonna do it. But and just trying to recreate that first picture was obviously hard, but just different things, just trying to stand out. And we at Clockworks, we do a lot of like photo shoots with our boss will get a professional photographer in and really knows what he's doing. So I'm just like, when we're moving like set, for example, I'll be like, hey bro, do you want to just take a little quick, on your big old camera, like just a quick promo picture of me holding gamma? And the guy was like, sure man, let's do it. And so he always does it now when he comes in for me. He's such a nice guy, and my boss is super cool with it, you know what I mean? So he's, paying this photographer for us. Obviously the shop's starting to stuff, and my boss is like, oh, I'll take 10 or whatever pictures. There's no harm, So he'll take like crazy pictures, and we're all in the suits and like, I'm doing the suit jacket and the gamma's in now, or just something different, And so that's what I've done. I just kept pushing and pushing. And I remember people saying, oh, bro, why are you doing that? One person said to me, that's stupid, man. You're promoting for free. They know, what about if it doesn't work out? And I said, yeah, but what about if it does? And I just said, I thought to myself, even if it doesn't work out and I don't get sponsored or whatever, they're still reposting my stuff. They're still tagging and sharing me. So my account's just going to grow, So one benefit is if you don't get sponsored, so a lot of people ask me how I got, sponsored. So one benefit is, don't look at it as in, oh, they didn't take me this year. Look at it as in, no, I've been growing and I'm going to keep growing and keep, they'll keep promoting me for free. Like, it's free promotion. Keep doing it for the both of you. And then I just, we would just start talking kind of thing. And then he just said to me, keep at it. The guy from Gamma, keep at it. Things are sick. We're going to make you I can't remember what it's called. Not an ambassador. It's I can't remember what it's called now. It's kind of like not your interview stage to be an ambassador, but you're like one step higher to becoming an ambassador if they pick you as an ambassador. Associate, that's it. So he said an associate. So he said you can change your bio to say, you're an associate at Gamma now, like things like that. And we'll just give you a bit of discount if you buy some tools yourself. So that opened another reach. So I brought a couple more tools, some foil shavers, and I just different tools to promote with. So going crazy promoting with, and then, they just said to me, they have it every year in January, they re-look and retake new brands on and people on. So in January, just before January, I think it was near Christmas, they said to me, Ty, good news is coming, get ready. You're going to become part of the team real soon. And I was like, oh my God, like, this is a joke. You know what I mean? Like, the hard work is paying off, So I was promoting maybe six months, like for free, of really grinding as much as I could. People would get sick of Gamma. My clients would be like, "Bro, all I'm seeing is Gamma on your Instagram, Gamma, Gamma, Gamma," and I'm like, "I know, man, but bear with me." You know what I mean? Like, so, unfollow me if you want. I'm sorry, man, but I have to do it. But it paid off. I think you told me this now. But you just gotta offer something different if you can, and if you can't, just keep being consistent, and just keep doing it, and the brand will be looking at you. They just may not like respond to you, or they want to watch. I think they just watch more to see how how dedicated you are to the brand, and how much of an asset you will be for them. So and then I signed my contract with them for a year in January, and they sent me all my stuff, and they still send stuff, and that's it. It's a good way of connecting, and obviously that's led to now going to a barber show, one of the UK barber shows, and then them obviously saying to me, "Oh, you want to perform a haircut on our stage, on our little palette stage kind of thing." So that's I don't know where that'll lead to, like, that might lead to something else, or, it's 5,000 barbers going. So they might think, who is this guy if they see me? Like, So, who knows? Opportunity is massive, man. So, but anyone who wants to be sponsored, listen to the podcast and you will learn. You know, make sure you follow Alpha Media and
Absolutely.
listen to this podcast all the way through, right? To get the watch time going. Yeah, the sponsorship tips are at the end.
Yeah, that's it.
I get people ask me a lot, man, how do you get sponsored? And I just tell them the same thing. Keep consistent, show a brand that you are not just in it to get something from them, but you're in it to be an asset to that company. So, you know, just keep at it, man. And they will eventually do it. Hopefully.
To be fair to this podcast, there's been some real good sort of bombshell points for people and stuff, especially upcoming people. And they're sort of bombshells and like skills that can be took in any industry.
Yeah.
It's not just barbering. And like that whole story there, that's amazing of putting 6 months of grind and consistency and work for really not knowing if you're gonna even get anywhere or get even taken on with a brand, or but you just kept going at it, and then the hard work is paid off in shows. If that ain't a success story, I don't know what is.
I already knew with
with
the whole why I promoted them and thought if I get something, I get something. You know what I mean? I already had that mindset of going back to when I first started barbering. Of, you know, if you ask someone now, Dave or Ben, if you ask someone to say, "Come work for us," right, at Alpha Media, voluntary for 8 months, and you'll see what happens at the end. People will probably say generation now and nowadays, people say, especially you have to live, they'll say, nah, no chance, I might work voluntary. But you could then say at the end of it, this is how much you're going to get or whatever. But you don't know that. So with me, that's why I went back to, I've already worked for 8 months voluntary and I've already seen what that hard work and commitment, you know, I remember standing there thinking, what the hell am I doing? Coming home to my wife saying, what am I doing? You know, what am I doing? Just standing there for, you know, I feel stupid. Like, and now to the point of, you know, having like one person a week maybe in the chair that would come for a free haircut or a $5 haircut and a tenner, to them being fully booked every day. You know, it's like consistency and the mindset of you need to work to do it. You know, you need to put in that hours and you need to do it. So that's why I thought to myself, I've already done the 8 months free of learning to get where I'm at now, or that opportunity of me doing it to get where I'm at, to then where I'm at, obviously in the barber in terms of cutting hair of, okay, if I just work another 6 months, there's nothing while I'm still getting working and getting paid, just promote them for 6 months, see what happens. You know, you never know. So, but yeah, most people nowadays will say, I've never worked voluntary, you know. Yeah, a few people asked me straight away, and as soon as I become an ambassador, they said, you know, oh, bro, can you put in a word for me? I want to be an ambassador, things like that. Oh, you get all free tools. Wow, man, it's amazing. You know, and I'm like, bro, I can't just do that. You know what I mean? Like, I had to do it. You know, I'll not put a word in for anyone. You know, don't get me wrong. If you want to shout out, whatever. Like, if I see you putting in work on Instagram, or you know what I mean, or you're really pursuing what you love, and you're not just saying, give me a shout out, and then you're not posting nothing for like 2 weeks. It shows no commitment, you know. So, like, I always try to help people out. So,
people just want to skip past the work, man.
But it is when it comes back to hard work pays off. I remember my dad actually taught me something what stuck with me for all my life is the little things in life. I used to always struggle with the little things. So, meaning for like, you know, like little things for example, you clean your room when you're a kid and like, you know, put your clothes away in the wardrobe and you put them under the bed. You know, you just hide everything. Oh, it looks clean. 5 minutes is done. Where it's just going to build up and, you know, your dad's like, what the hell, man? You know, you ain't even put your clothes away. Like, just for an example, the little things in life I hated doing. Like, I would always try skip them and just do the easy route out until I landed with barbering and thought I have to do it properly. You know, there's no skimping, there's no shortcuts in barbering. You can take shortcuts, but they're not going to do nothing for you, you know. And so, yeah, that's what little things in life, man. Whatever industry you're in, the little things in life will push you through and people will notice some little things, whether it's the smallest little detail. I remember I still do it now. I'm like, I don't know if it's OCD or whatever it is, but I get like where it's not good enough. Like I told you at the start of the podcast, where I just can't not. So like I'll do a fade and I'll be like,
Yeah.
that's good enough.
Yeah.
Most people will be like, that's perfect. You know, see you later. Thanks. Here we go. This is the payment. But I would like, have to just touch up little things, and like I'd have to just do it a little more, because I think that's the little thing that's going to push them or to get them to come back. And people have noticed and said, man, your attention to detail is incredible. You know what I mean? Like, but that's, again, just what's been in my mind ever since my dad told me, is the little things in life, man.
You always be the hardest worker in the room, isn't it? So with what you said about consistency and things like that, always deliver, always be there. You sort of like what I've seen from you is when you sort of started to where you are now, you became such a perfectionist with what you do, because from what I remember, and I'm sure you're even better now, you sort of, like you did the little touch-ups, you make it sort of perfect. So, people do come back to you, which is amazing to see, so well done to you. And obviously from where you started to where you are now.
I appreciate it.
It's really good.
That's just good advice with, I think, any industry, not just barbering. Whatever you're doing, be consistent, and the little things. Like, if you can take anything from the podcast, is be consistent.
Yeah.
And if you really want it, get it done. Don't skip the little corners where you think, you come to a crossroad and think, I could just do the easy route and it'll take me 5 minutes to do this paperwork or whatever it is. Or, I will put in the hard work and take another hour on it, or half an hour, whatever. But they will lead to big results, I'm not saying I'm, this huge brand and like, and I've got so much more to learn and so much more to, to give and to learn and to grow, kind of thing, by next year on 10K, 100%. So 5 years, maybe more, like triple that. So
definitely. We'll come to that sort of time again where we finish up today. I just want to say, thank you for Tyler to coming on.
Thank you.
I've really enjoyed having you on today. I've learnt quite a lot myself, so the amount of tips and sort of info for anyone watching and listening to this has been brilliant. And I just want to add that if anyone is sort of looking to start an online business, and doesn't know sort of what steps or what to do or anything, and please check out our links in our description on our video. Sort of click the link, you go through to a web page, and we'll sort of direct you from there how to sort of start an online business and go from there. But no, if you got anything else to sort of add, Dave?
Just the usual, guys. Like and subscribe to our videos. Thank you again. Thank you, Tyler, for obviously being our guest. It's been an absolute pleasure talking with you and listening to all your great stories about your haircuts, my man. So, well done. And it's been amazing. Anything from you, Tyler?
Yeah, no, just shout out you guys, man. Alpha Media has been absolutely amazing. I've seen you guys come up and start and push, and you're growing fast, you're growing well. So anyone watching, make sure you follow them, subscribe to them, and they're killing it. And obviously, you never know who's coming on and when, but appreciate everyone having me on the podcast. It's been great chatting with everyone, and make sure you follow them, guys, if you want to follow me. Socials, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube is all super easy under Tyler the Barber. Appreciate it, everyone. If anyone has any questions for me or Alpha Image, drop us all a DM, and we're good to go, guys. Thanks for having me again. It's been a privilege.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Signing out.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Laters.
Thank you.
We the best.